On BuzzMoncton.com, we're speaking with Tyler Haché today. I'll tell you what, Tyler has really notched up quite a name for himself in music over a short period of time. Welcome to Buzz Moncton, Tyler.
Oh, thank you so much.
This has been a long time in coming, man. You're a hard guy to track down.
I'm sorry, I'm really meaning to come here. This is really cool what you guys are doing.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Really cool what you're doing, too. I guess where we want to start is the fact that you were a bit of a late bloomer with regards to your interest in making music.
Well, that's the thing. I always liked music. I was very interested at a young age in playing instruments, but it was kind of secondary to sports. I was actually a hockey player for most of my life, and that was my main interest. But then, I guess it was grade 11, I decided that I had a huge interest for songwriting at that point, and decided to stop playing hockey for my grade 12 year. I played for the high school team for East Moncton, and shift my focus to songwriting. So since then, that's been the only thing that I've really focused on, and I really love that, playing out and writing songs.
So how did that light bulb come on, I wonder? Where did that all of a sudden, I can write songs? Yeah.
Well, I come from a very musical family, so I guess it was, family suppers or always jam sessions and stuff, and people would bring up their own songs, and I always wanted to be able to do that. And I had a lot of cousins that were great songwriters. My father also writes songs, so I actually wrote my first song. I think it was 16. I wrote my first song, and we brought it to a songwriting workshop in St. John. And this is just one song that I wrote. I remember it being a little bit cheesy. I look back on it now, but I got great feedback at that songwriting workshop, and that kind of just motivated me. These were cool people that were on the board, like Ralph Murphy, for instance, a very great songwriter. And yeah, from then on, I just been so passionate about it. I guess when somebody compliments you early on in something, you think that maybe there's something there. So I've stuck with that since, and yeah.
So lightning struck.
Yeah.
So then now you're juggling a lot of different things. You're still a student, right?
Yes, yeah. I actually just transferred to Mount Allison University. I'm studying English and focusing on creative writing, like songwriting. So, and I'm doing a music minor, so it still keeps
right. So everything's kind of flowing together.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Do you find that you're a prolific songwriter in that? Do you find that you're able to write? Some people say how easy it is for them to write, whereas others, of course, they have to sit down and really focus on it.
Yeah, well, it actually was a challenge for me to write on demand. Like, I'd like to be able to write, sit down if I have an hour here, because I'm busy, and to just write. But when I was in high school, when I began writing, it was mostly at crazy hours of the night, like 3 o'clock, and I'd write whatever I had on my mind from that day, and it came out very, very naturally, and it usually only took a half hour to write a full song. And actually, some of those songs are on my album, the album I just released.
Silent, right?
Silent, yes. Yeah. That was released November 30th, so we're excited about that. But yeah, now I just. Since I guess the last year, I've been telling myself I need to be able to write on demand. I'd like to be a songwriter. So, yeah, I've been setting apart, hours, like a couple hours in the day, like 1 hour, before supper. I have to write a full song, no matter what. If it could not be great, but just to get through that exercise to be able to complete a song, and then have, once you have a lot of songs, one of them is going to be a good tune.
So pulling an all-nighter for you is not a foreign concept.
No, definitely not.
So let's talk about Silent. Did it come together quick for you? Like you've had the songs, as you say, some for a while.
Some for a while, yeah.
But the actual, the process of recording that album.
Yeah, so it actually began. I guess it wasn't the Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival. It just passed. It was the year before that I met with producer Chris Kirby. Mm-hmm. And we sent our stuff to him, and he said, if you were going to record an album, can I please do it? And I thought that was pretty cool. So that's how we decided to go with Chris, because we saw that he was passionate about the music. So so I had about 20 songs that I was ready to put on an album that I felt were ready. And but Chris and I sat down and just figured out which were the best. We wanted 8 or 9 songs. We figured, okay, which are the best 8 or 9 songs that you have? Then we took those. And this is over a long period of time. We had Skype sessions, because Chris is from St. John's, Newfoundland. And so we did a little bit of co-writing on a couple of them, and he just gave me some instructions on another one, like maybe shorten this song, maybe just put an extra verse in this one, and just fine-tune them. And from there we went in the studio in last May, and in Halifax, Codapop Studios. Okay. And it was pretty intense. It's a different. It's a different kind of work, and it's really cool. We spent about 9-11-hour days in the studio, and just working, nonstop on the songs, and yeah, we came out of there just super happy. I couldn't believe I'm my own critic, and I was so worried about if I was going to be satisfied when I left there. But I remember leaving there just so happy with how it turned out. And then so then we've been sending it around and getting great feedback. So it released November 30th. So.
And now it's available everywhere.
Yes,
as I like to say, right?
Yeah.
It's
on iTunes. It's on. You can get it at Frank's Music if you want a hard copy, or through me. You can contact me on Facebook or Twitter, and on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify.
So no doubt we'll see you quite a bit.
Yes.
Coming season. It's
For
getting,
sure,
we're getting
yes,
into the nicer, warmer temperatures now.
Exactly,
Not that it's been a very rough winter for us, granted, but
No, it hasn't.
but summertime means a lot more activity usually.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Especially where I'm being a student now, it's going to be a lot
Yes.
more busy in the summer.
Okay, so you're going to be out performing.
Yes, quite a bit, yeah.
Lovely. Well, we'll keep an eye out for
Awesome.
your name popping up. Here
Great.
And it's, we need to mention too on the when your debut happened, when you had your CD launch,
Yeah.
it was at the Camp Centennial,
Yeah.
which I thought was really cool because it's so rare of a venue.
Yeah.
But we showed up, or at least I just thought I'd pop by to take a couple of photos,
Yeah.
right? I had a hard time getting in the door. And I remember you telling that story with the caterers, and I wonder if you could just go there because it's such
So
a great story.
They asked us how many people we thought we'd have at the release concert. It was actually at the Centennial Rotary Lodge, like you said, and that's one of my good friends runs that, John Savage,
Yeah.
and he said we had a show planned for there anyway, and I said, why don't we do that, because it's kind of special to us. We played there in high school, because I went to Moncton, it was just down the road, and we used to play little shows there. So I said, why don't we do our album release party there? So the caterers asked, how many people do you think will show up? Because we can arrange how much food to bring and beverages. And I said, we think 30 to 40. And then, we ended up stepping out onto stage, I guess, and there was nearly 200, so it was super exciting. It was a small room,
overflowing. That's a great story. Yeah, we're expecting 30 people. The caterer must have been
it's
going
really cool,
crazy.
though,
What's
yeah.
all these people doing here? Tyler, was a real pleasure.
Oh,
Thanks
thank you
again.
very much. No,
and,
thank you.
Keep an eye out for that album, Silent,
Awesome.
and we'll catch up with you down the road, right?
Great.
Tyler Haché, yes, sir. Born and raised right here in Moncton. Bernice McNaughton grad, taking over the music world. Right on. Thanks again.
Thank
man.
you. Thanks.
Yeah.
I lose my mind. Love it when you dress that way.